We're attracting like-minded people, right? Like you attract your tribe. And our tribe is people who are committed to choice and growth and abundance. And it's not just a talking point, it is baked in to the very essence of who we are at LPT.
Good morning, and welcome to another Motivational Monday. My name is Matthew Hodge, Executive Vice President here at LPT Realty. I'm joined by Robert Palmer, Founder and CEO, and he is back in LPT headquarters.
I feel like I haven't been in this chair for a while.
It's been a minute.
It feels good, though.
Yeah.
Back in the studio.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're excited to be with you guys this morning. If this is your first time joining, we come to you every Monday, bringing you market updates, brokerage updates, and just giving you some inspiration through the week. This week, I want to start off by saying happy anniversary, brother. I didn't see you last week on 8/8.
8/8, launch day, 3 years ago.
3 years.
Larry had a fun little video I saw circulating around the internet. Do we have that to play this morning, Dave? We should probably get.
Yes,
yeah, Dave has it. He played it on. You played it on Friday. The fun Larry video with the helium balloon. We'll get We'll get that keyed up.
Perfect. Okay, so we're going to jump in today. It's been a little while since you've been in the studio. You were up in Montana for several months. You are back here for at least a week?
1 week. Yeah, 1 week. 1 week. I flew in last Monday, yeah.
Yeah, all right, awesome. Good stuff. So we're going to jump right in today. We're going to do some brokerage updates. So I know we have Broker of the Month. I'll give you the opportunity to announce it.
The amazing Leah Cowley out of California is our Broker of the Month for July. Congratulations, Leah. She does a fantastic job out there in what is currently one of our fastest. Make a lot of waves. Yeah. California is inching up to be our #2 state. So,
okay.
Yeah, Texas is going to need to put the hammer down. So it's interesting watching California really blossom. And Leah's doing a great job out there. So congratulations, Leah. Big round of applause for you and to all of our amazing brokers who make everything we do here at LPT possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, with that being said, I want to jump over to some market updates.
Yeah, so big news. We talked about this last Monday that one of the members of the Federal Reserve Board resigned. Mm-hmm. And so that creates an early opportunity for the president to appoint someone new. He has now recommended that person, Stephen Mirren, who is known to be dovish, which means wants rates to go down. Okay. And so while don't think he'll be confirmed by the Senate before the September FOMC meeting, him coming in will definitely, I think, start to push things more toward potential interest rate cuts. We already see dissent on the Fed board. You see some, Fed governors voting for rate cuts, some against it, bringing another dovish kind of more lower interest rate leaning voice onto the board. Once he does get confirmed, it's going to be interesting. And then obviously Powell's term is up next year, and so just a lot of interesting movement right now. But what we're looking for is lower interest rates, particularly lower mortgage rates. And one of the interesting, or cool, I guess, kind of odd dynamics I want to talk about is there is this chance that if the Fed cut rates too soon, it could actually make mortgage rates get worse. Because the only thing that mortgage bondholders are more afraid of than high Fed rates is high inflation. And so if the Fed were to cut rates too soon and bond investors believed that early cut was going to re-spark inflation, you could actually see mortgage rates get worse. So we've seen this happen recently. The last Fed cut, remember, they cut and mortgage rates actually got a little worse because there was some fear that they were cutting too soon. I think the general consensus right now is that it's time. It's no longer too soon, but it's very data dependent. So we're watching jobs reports. Obviously, the last jobs report was revised down pretty heavily, a lot less jobs being created than everyone thought. If that trend continues and if inflation stays in check, even with this maybe potential tariff bump, I think we're in a good spot for the Fed to cut rates. But I just want everybody to be aware there is this weird dynamic where if jobs pick back up and inflation picks up and is deemed to not just be transitory because of the tariffs, but truly sticky inflation, then the Fed cutting rates could actually make mortgage rates worse, which would be terrible for all of us. And so we continue to drag here at kind of an all-time low on home sales. It does feel like we're getting in gear a little bit nationally. I mean, I think kind of some of the leading indicators we watch is that July and maybe August are going to be up compared to last year a little bit. So if you remember, if we go back and look at 2024, which was around a 4 million home sales year, we had a really strong beginning of the year. Remember, we got caught off guard. We weren't prepared. The volume came early. We were behind. Like, we didn't have staff in place. Like, it was this disaster because the volume that wasn't supposed to come until May in 2024 came in March. And so we had a really big February, big March, big April, big May. We didn't have that this year. So unless we can get some momentum on the back half of the year, there's a real chance that we have a sub 4 million home sales year this year. And I think really what this is showing is that when NAR does their predictions and they talk about existing home sales numbers, they always use seasonally adjusted numbers, right? Because we're a seasonal business. More homes sell in the summer than sell in the winter. And so NAR tries to flatten that out. I think what we're seeing is that their seasonal adjustment formulas aren't holding in this market.
Gotcha.
You know, they're not holding in the current market dynamics. And so I think that is causing them to overestimate the seasonal effect, which is actually going to lead us toward lower overall home sales. So while they're saying like, hey, seasonally adjusted, we're still on track for 4 million, I think as we get closer to the end of the year, that number starts to creep down because they're overestimating how well the off seasons are going to do coming off of a muted hot season. So a lot of interesting dynamics there. At the end of the day, we're here to keep pushing forward, keep serving our clients, keep doing the things we do, but we want you to be armed with this knowledge. We want you to be able to have intelligent conversations out there with your clients, talk about these dynamics, make sure they understand all the different forces that are currently impacting whether or not interest rates come down, because for a lot of consumers, that is the magic lever, the magic number, the magic bullet to getting back into this housing market to either sell or buy is interest rates to come down. And we've all been waiting for it for 3 years now. Ever since they first started going up, we've been waiting for them to come back down. And so that's our market update. So with that, I see Dave has our 3-year happy birthday LPT video ready. Let's hit that.
Okay, what is happening here?
It's LPT's birthday, Larry. 3 years. 3 years since launch, and we're celebrating.
I made a cake. It's beautiful. 3 years, huh? It goes by fast, doesn't it? And in that time, we've become the fastest growing real estate brokerage in history. Now let's break it all down. We got featured by Inman multiple times, including Inman Innovator Awards, several of them. We took home gold at the Telly Awards, Ava Digital Awards, and the Apex Awards. Added a few more Emmy nominations, and we climbed into the top 10 Real Trends brokerages nationwide based on transaction size in just 3 years. And we did all this. We did all this during one of the toughest real estate markets in decades. And still, our agents, our teams, blowing up anyways. Now listen, it's okay to celebrate. We've got a lot to be proud of. But this is just the beginning. We cannot stop here. Nay, we will not stop here. Because what we are building isn't just for today. It's for generations to come. It's not just for us. It is for every agent who dared to imagine there was a better way. For every family that we helped to move forward. For every broker who chose belief over comfort. This isn't about a brokerage, no. This is about a movement, a mission. We are reshaping an industry. And we are rewriting the rules. And it is only getting started, brothers. That mountain ahead of us, boys. Step by step as we climb. Always onward, always upward. A mountain we are not merely destined to climb, but a mountain we are destined to become.
Let's go!
Hooray, the mountains!
I'm so freaking pumped right now.
Okay, hold on a second. Wally? Yeah? Did you forget to close the helium valve? No? Yes.
Whoa, I feel lightheaded. Awesome.
I really do need to find some new friends.
Our quirky birds.
Yeah, that's great. So funny.
So we'll make sure that video gets posted into Connect in the files section so you guys can download it and share it on your own socials and use it how you see fit.
Yeah, fantastic. 3 years, man.
This is kind of crazy.
It is.
It is crazy looking back 3 years from launch. You know, we soft launched in March, officially launched the brokerage on 8/8/2022. And I mean, just think about what we've done since then.
Yeah,
It's
it's
really
been-
been amazing. And the amazing agent family we've built, and everyone winning on the platform and winning with the tools. And it's great. It's exceeded any expectations I had.
Yeah.
One of the things I talk about is like, there was some level, of metrics that we've hit that revenue and, growth and opening 50 states, like some of that I could see, like we really kind of sketched that out and planned it. The intangible is the community we've built, the family, the vibe, the feeling, the excitement, the fact that the market is so bad still. Like when we launched into a bust, we didn't think the bust would last for 3 years. And here we are 3 years in without any real end in sight from a transaction count standpoint. And the family, the community, things like AIU, the camaraderie, like that's all been really awesome to see. And none of that was, that's the piece I didn't understand. That's the piece we didn't project.
That's right.
It's easy to put numbers in a spreadsheet and say, hey, I think we can, if we systematically open these states in this order and we grow like this, I can see hitting all these numbers. But the feeling, the vibe, the community were the unknown. It's the thing you hope for, but that has exceeded all of my expectations. So thank you to everybody who's been a part of this amazing journey.
Definitely agree. Definitely agree. Awesome. All right, we are going to flip over to ReChat. We've got a new CRM option available for our fantastic entrepreneurs, something that we've negotiated at a great rate, and something that people have been asking for, maybe something that has a combination of IDX and CRM and the ability to do CMAs and all of that all mixed in one. And so ReChat, probably lesser known, I'd say, by the broader group, but a fantastic software, is now available to our LPT agents.
Yeah, I'd say a couple things on ReChat. So one, they won Inman Company of the Year this year.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
Congratulations to them.
Yeah.
We had 5 finalists. We did win Best Video for Aperture. ReChat took the crown this year for Innovative Company, and they're doing amazing stuff. I think while we talk about it as a CRM, it really is more than that. I think where ReChat looked at the space and said, hey, how do we provide a lot more than that? Like you said, there's CMA built in there. There's single property websites that you can build on the fly.
Social media marketing.
Social media marketing. Like they really tried to, I think, say, hey, if an agent was going to have one tool outside of their brokerage's software, what is it? And that's, I think, where ReChat really nailed it, right? It's not as deep of a CRM as Follow Up Boss or others. It's not as deep of a marketing platform. But really, I think they did a great job of bringing together this kind of single thing, and we're working with them to build a lot of integrations in the future and to connect and really integrate it into our software. I've gotten to know the CEO really well. We were just hanging out in the lobby last year at the T360 conference in Phoenix, and just struck up a conversation, and we were talking about, he had just been to Orlando, so I was giving him like tips on Disney and like talking about taking the girls there and everything, and then after I was on stage the next day, he was like, dude, he's like, you're the LPT guy? Like, I had no idea. I'm like, I just talking about
LPT
taking
guy.
your kids to Disney, man. Like, it's all good. And so we've stayed in touch with him over the last year, finally put a deal together. A couple interesting things. So one, you cannot buy ReChat as an agent or a team. They only sell to brokerages, which is interesting. And they're really targeting boutique luxury brokerages as their, as their ideal customer. But because of our size and scale, it's like, hey, what can we do to put a brokerage-wide deal together where we can make ReChat available to LPT agents on an a la carte basis, basically. And so they've done that for us. So really exciting. Great pricing, great opportunity. Again, not a piece of software you can just go buy on your own as an agent or a team. You have to be at a brokerage that has it. I think we're the only cloud brokerage that has any type
We
of
are,
deal with
correct.
ReChat at this point.
Yep.
I know there's also a couple of unique features they're going to roll out just to us as a part of the partnership. So really excited there. I know we've got a little video to share, but really, really interesting piece of technology. And while we're talking about it as a CRM and we're going to put it into our CRM options kind of choices, it is so much more than that. And so I really would encourage you, like, take a look at this piece of technology. It's really interesting. It does drive some interesting dynamics inside of your business.
fantastic.
Yeah, man. So
Excited.
it's really great. I mean, they're building an amazing product. And one of our commitments is, look, we're going to go out and use our scale, and part of this unfair advantage is to give you access to amazing technology like this at the best possible price, and again, this isn't available at all to solo agents or even teams outside of a brokerage. So we've done a lot to put this deal together. We have different options, right? So you can do Lofty, which is no monthly fee. You just pay the one-time $99 activation. Then you've got Follow Up Boss and KV Core, which are the $99 activation plus I think like $49 a month. Those are the current choices. Now we're adding ReChat in there. A little more expensive if we can throw that slide up, Dave. $99 a month, $99 activation. However, if you are a part of LPT Plus or TG Plus or our specialized disciplines, you get a discount on that down to $49 a month. So again, making the best technology we can available to you at the best price possible of any brokerage out there. So really excited to bring this on. Dynamic. Again, we want you to run your business in the best way possible. LPT is here to be the underlying pipes and the underlying brokerage, obviously, but we really want to embrace the best technology. We're also working with ReChat to integrate their print with our print shop. So right now, ReChat, if other brokerages have ReChat, it goes to whatever, like a generic print shop out there where they pay retail pricing. We're in the process of building out a system with them where LPT agents will be able to place those print orders to our print shop instead, which will drive some additional economies of scale. So a lot of exciting stuff on the horizon, but wanted to get this pushed out and get it in your hands as quickly as possible. I saw a question about specialized disciplines. So specialized disciplines is our luxury preferred network, what else do we have?
Waterfront,
ranch and land preferred networks. Those are $2,500 a year.
Correct.
Yes, yeah. So if you're paying $2,500 a year to be a part of luxury preferred network, ranch and land, or waterfront network, you get a discount on ReChat. If you're paying the monthly subscription fee to LPT Plus, you get a discount on ReChat. If your team leader is a member of Team Growth Plus, then all the team members get the discount on ReChat. So basically, if you are paying for one of our other optional services, that's what drives the discount here for ReChat into that $49 bucket.
Feels like that should be a little horn moment that you've got.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this, man. That was it. So Reagan got this toy, and she sent me to work with it today to share here on Motivation Monday. Yeah, this is just when you have those winning moments in life, like doing an amazing deal with ReChat.
So funny. All right, where do we go from there?
I don't know, Hodge. Where do you want to go?
Awesome, man. Well, looking forward to this. We have our September AIU event coming up on 8th and 9th of September. It is going to be a Listing Power Tools boot camp. Lots more information to come about that.
Yeah.
We are putting the criteria together, so it will be very well circulated beforehand with all of the topics, the speakers, and you'll have exactly what is going on then. So I think we'll probably tease with that, maybe leave there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, that was a tease. It's coming. Information's coming.
Hodge, I love it, man. What are you thankful for 3 years in?
Man, it's to your point. I don't think that we could have seen the community that was going to be built. Like, we knew we were going to solve the problems in the industry, that the pain points we were going to target. But in terms of like the community and the forward-thinking entrepreneurs that have come to LPT, has been amazing. And so when you go to these masterminds, and I talk about this all the time, it's so different because people are so willing to share. And I never felt that in any community. I've never experienced it like that at all. Like, people are really opening up the playbook and saying, hey, here's what I thought, here's where I hit some potholes, here's what I'm doing to actually be successful. I've not seen that at wide scale, and I believe that is very unique to LPT. And so super grateful for that.
When we built this idea of agent choice, and again, we look at it and you look at it in this small lens, and then what you don't realize is as things grow and explode, how really critical that becomes. And when you free people up to make those choices, and even like right now, like, we're not locking people into CRMs. If you look back, and some of the other brokerages are now following us, offering multiple CRM options. Like, we were the first to do that. Like, before it was like, hey, you come here, you're going to use this tech stack. And we learned really early on that trying to force someone into the wrong tech stack, like, right. if they're a Follow Up Boss user and we try to force them to use KV Core or vice versa, you can really derail somebody's business. And same thing like with having both SkySlope and dot loop. Again, choice. It's like, what do you like? Because I tell you, when we run the survey, like once a year, I'll do a survey. and it's like the people who love dot loop hate Skyslope, and the people who love Skyslope hate dot loop, and like both side thinks the other side is insane for liking the system they like. And but at the end of the day, it's like it's personal preference. It's what we're comfortable with. It's what we like to use. And so when you take all that friction out by having this commitment to agent choice, choice of CRM, choice of technologies like ReChat, choice of document system between dot loop and Skyslope, or being able to use your own, local system and then just upload the docs at the end, the more we can empower agents and entrepreneurs with choice, the more we create this environment of the free flow of ideas, because we're not forcing people into our avatar.
That's right.
The SummerCon Mastermind, a lot of great conversations. Lewis was up here and he talked a lot about that. In the past, brokerages would force agents into the brokerage's avatar, and LPT has really broken the mold by LPT meeting whatever an agent's avatar is. Wherever you are in your definition of success, we're here to meet you with that. And the amazing thing is, when you offer that type of choice and that type of freedom, the free flowing of ideas, the free sharing, this abundance mindset really comes forward in a way that we haven't seen at other brokerages. And I think other brokerages maybe had it in windows of time when there were a lot of avatars that met where they were, but then as they've failed to change, it's fallen apart. Right. And one of the beautiful things is with us, because of all the choices, while we will change, we will adapt as needed, we don't have to change as quickly, because as agents' avatars change, they can move around in our platform. They're not waiting on us to launch new tech if they want to make a change in their CRM, because we already have the choices. They're not waiting on us if they want to change their comp plan and build a team, or not have a team anymore, or have a branch office, all these different things. And so by creating this choice and giving these clear paths to freedom without a lot of strings attached, without a lot of gotchas, we create this abundance mentality, which is, I think, what has really driven this amazing culture. And again, when we designed the comp plans and designed this idea of agent choice, I wasn't thinking it was going to have that big of an impact on that side. Like, you're thinking like, hey, is that going to impact the culture? Is that going to set the tone for the community? I didn't think so. I thought other things would, things like Motivation Monday, the events we do, but it really is interesting to see how much it is all intertwined and interconnected. And that's the hardest part for other brokerages, is if they're small, it's really hard to offer choice. If you're a 200 or 300 agent brokerage who's a franchise owner in a single market, it's really hard to offer more than one technology. It's almost impossible to offer more than one comp plan. Like these things just do not work at that small size. And so now we have that advantage over the small brokerages as a single entity national brokerage. And then you look at the other single entity national brokerages who failed to embrace these types of options and agent choice for so long, it's almost become their culture to be scarcity, it's to create silos, to not embrace choice. And so I think it really puts us in an interesting position, and we're attracting like-minded people, right? Like you attract your tribe. I'm a really big believer in that. And our tribe is people who are committed to choice and growth and abundance. And it's not just a talking point, it is baked in to the very essence of who we are at LPT.
That's right. Well said. Well said. All right. Oh, yeah, insert that. Yeah. We are about at the end of the show, so what should we be thinking about heading into this week? We know we've got some key data coming out this week. You talked about that.
Yeah.
What should we be thinking about?
Yeah, look, I think as we get into the back half of the year, we really are going to be, I think, headline dependent. This is the time of year when a lot of people are not going, excess people are not going to move. Like this is the time of year when things naturally get a little bit slower for most markets. We've been through kind of the busy seasons, and it's been interesting from our chair to see geographically how that ball moves around. Like different markets get hot at slightly different times. But they're all kind of sunsetting coming into this window where now we get into more of the grind window. And the grind window means doing the activities, getting out there with your door hangers, having your events, staying in touch with your sphere of influence, like all those things that we talk about over and over again here, the things that LPT Plus and Team Growth Plus do every single week on those masterminds, like keeping those income producing activities top of mind. And that is what's going to set us up. Like we're now getting into the window where what we do now sets us up for how successful will we be 6 months from now. And that's a tough pill to swallow. Yeah. Now, what will change that is the right headlines. If we do get a drop in interest rates, if we do see some other type of right headline, there's this potential talk of eliminating capital gains on real estate sales. Like that's something that could kind of spark activity in the market, right? A lot of people who have been in their homes for a very, very long time, they exceed the maximum deduction for capital gains on a primary residence. some unlocking of that equity by not charging capital gains, which is an idea that's been floated, interest rates moving, whatever it is. If we catch the right headline, we will get hot as an industry because there is a lot of pent-up demand. Barring that, it's going to roll into early next year when we get back into kind of the busy season. So right now it's about blocking and tackling. Look, if you are winning right now and crushing it, now is the time to take market share. We're talking to a lot of people right now that are looking at building teams. If they're a solo agent and that's their aspiration, if you're doing really well right now, it's a good time to look at building a team because the market's down, like people are hurting, agents are moving. I think you're going to see a lot more agents joining teams in this window because it's gotten harder. It's gotten harder on your own. And again, it's really the tale of two markets. There are agents out there, solo agents, absolutely crushing it, having their best years ever, but there's also other agents that are just not able to get it in gear right now. And so a lot of those agents are looking at joining teams, looking at making those moves. And so there's always opportunity. In any market, there's opportunity. It's about figuring out where is that music playing.
Yep.
We talk a lot internally, you have to dance when the music's playing. And if the music stops, while you can keep dancing, you're pushing a boulder up a hill. It's very hard. And so in a market like this, it's about finding where is the music playing so I can go dance. And I think there are opportunities right now to take market share if you're having success, potentially starting a team, bringing on assistants, looking at moving into new markets. Like how do you leverage what you're doing, which is working right now in a tough market, and there's a lot of LPT agents crushing it right now. And how do you take that and how do you win? Because this is the time to double down if you're finding success, because the folks who are struggling right now are looking for help, they're looking for guidance, they're looking for assistance. So figure out where the music is playing and go dance in it. And LPT is here to have your back and help you grow.
Awesome.